Howdy YouTube, my name is Mabu Nakagawa. Before today's video begins, I have something to tell you in person. You know what it is? That's right. A couple months ago, did you guys remember I got an acute gout attack with my right ankle and I couldn't even walk straight for the whole day? And I'm still taking a medicine. Last week, I took a blood test to see if I was recovering better and my doctor gave me the medical result this week. Look at that! My uric acid was still above 8.0 and other side indicators like ALT, neutral fat and LDL cholesterol were not good at as I expected. Then he diagnosed that I didn't improve anything. Well, I would do my best, but I wasn't not good enough for improvement that my doctor expected me to meet. Simply, he has said to me like, you have to lose your weight by 22 pounds at least. He just put a stamp with "fail" over me. Oh man, how stupid of me. Yeah, but that's a reality, you know. I can't blame myself on that because that's my fault. I never thought losing weight was this tough and such a hard working. But obviously, when looking back at my last month of dietary restrictions, I didn't really stick to my eating behavior. As the doctor pointed out, I did too much exercise 3 days a week and I went jogging in early morning, but at the same moment, I ate a lot as well as I worked out. That's why I think I failed. I know the root cause and why I couldn't control my appetite, but easier said than done, man. So, in order to visualize how much effort I put on a dietary show, for the first step, I will keep posting food pictures on Instagram, but not oily food anymore, buddy. Yeah, I was eating luxury goods with too much calories like yakiniku. I regretted when I finished eating up a chunk of beef in a plate, but it was too late when I woke up. So overall, it's just my mental problem, I think. If I feedback my eating behavior and I ask myself not to eat too much food a day, I believe I should be okay. I will prove it to you. Damn, how many times do I have to repeat the same thing? But today's introduction was a little bit picky because it's critical for me to manage my health condition. Thinking over the day I get a gout attack another time, I don't want to feel terrible pain anymore. My doctor advised me not to eat a lot, but as I said, it's not that easy. Actually, I had a good start with low-calorie meal and I lost my weight by 1 pound last week, so I just keep it up, monitor myself and update you once I reach my goal, okay? Now, let's get moving on. Today, to begin with money literacy that I encourage you, I want to question you first. What is the most important factor for your life? Money? Family? Your girlfriend? Your hobby? I think that's all good. The other day, I got a friend of mine saying that buying a house would be so important for him. What do you think of buying a house? I know buying a house is a part of your big life decision, but recently I happened to ask myself whether or not it's true. It's up to your desired lifestyle, but I spent years thinking through the financial impact that buying a house would have on my lifestyle and the quality of living. And my insight, my experience, and knowledge as a businessman saying there should be a better way to use my money than to buy a house. I'm kind of wondering what's going to happen to you when you retire at the age of over 65 and you are out of cash. You're gonna be so afraid if you don't own your house. Is that correct? If yes, are you gonna be homeless? I don't think so. You're gonna be afraid because your standard of living will be more likely to be down. You get greedy, you get frugal to save as much money as possible. Maybe you don't want that. That's why you are afraid. In Japan, a lot of older people after the retirement go to karaoke bar and make a group of them. what they do is they go there every day and make fun in the same community. Of course, they are afraid of a coronavirus threat, but it seems like they actually don't really care. I just have some concerns about all the Japanese people like my mom. They tend to spend a lot of money for unnecessary expense like a monthly payment for a smartphone. They don't even know how to use it, but they pay over 10,000 Japanese yen a month. That's super stupid. They have no ICT literacy, you know? A couple of weeks ago, I got a client who's almost 70 years old. He asked me how to use a computer. Very easy question, like how to transfer MP data to a DVD ROM, okay? That's super old-fashioned anyway, but I educated him how to transfer, but he forgot everything once I'm done. When I was a kid during the 1990s, mobile phone was not unpopular, of course, and the internet was not popular, and I couldn't watch YouTube at those days. But now, even if you purchase a cheap PC with low spec, at least you can use the internet and play online game forever, right? They don't know how to do it. When I asked them why they can't use the internet, they answered like they can't because they are too old. It is supposed to be so easy. They don't have to manipulate the configuration of virus or system maintenance, right? I don't even know what the hell that means, but for some reasons they pay too much money for expensive iPhone. It doesn't completely make sense to me. Let's say when I was a poor student in a state, my income was less than $1,000 US. I was always thinking about how to save money. I paid $350 for the housing rent, $40 for LA Fitness, $100 for gas. Utility was free. Food for maybe around $200, which is still cheap, and fitness protein for $100. And what else? I only had a cell phone and paid $40 a month. The entire cost of living was still pretty much something like that. If you don't want to be satisfied with your life, how much of money do you need a month? Let's make it realistic, folks. I believe the most important factors to satisfy your life are human relationship and good health condition. To be honest, I learned my health management is important from my mistake. If I get sick of a gout attack, I can't even buy my girlfriend a flower. I would rather take a priority for human relationship and healthy life than money. All I gotta do is to keep moderate exercise every day and build a good relationship with so many people globally. That's what I'm doing, and I've seen a bunch of Indian folks at the company and enjoy. Let me share my recent story with you about the relationship that I have recently experienced. I'm working on a project with my Indian buddies because I was extremely busy working all day and I can't do my job all for myself. So my manager called for reinforcement from headquarters to my workplace. Two of my coworkers joined me and now working together for a few weeks. Sometimes they make me feel uncomfortable for the bad behavior, but likewise I may make them feel uncomfortable. That doesn't create a good outcome, right? Of course. And so once they help me, I help them back. I help them back, they help me back. Then while we do the same repetition over and over again, we happen to create another good relationship. Traditionally in Japanese job environment, we tend to follow the typical social hierarchy like senpai-kohai relationship. I'm not sure if you are familiar with the term, but anyway, it's quite annoying when I have an argument with older coworkers. I have to apologize them even if it's unfair. Of course, the relationship between boss and associate at the entry level is important, but basically we are supposed to be on the same platform, right? I realize at least important to leave my job to my coworkers, especially when I work with the overseas guys. I don't exaggerate my personality. but I think I'm very responsible person, and I have a pride of what I'm doing. When I think it's my important job, I don't want to let foreign people do my work. But if I get too obsessed about my job performance, people don't help me. That's what I learned from my colleague this week. I admit it is sometimes risky. I mean, there's a risk factor when I get too much deep into the human relationship with overseas guys like my coworkers. To tell the truth with you, being too much in an intimate relationship is not always good. They use me like a tool, and I have some experiences that I was used to like a household wife. I don't feel good if I sense like that, but I need a change. I needed to change my mind because they are different, and I'm different too. Since I became self-employed 2 years ago, I have made up my mind that helping people, namely, let's say, give and give spirit, would be a satisfaction of my life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So over a long period of time, I believe a long-term relationship with overseas people will be my fixed asset in the long run. That's a part of the reason why I'm doing YouTube, because I want to connect a lot of people via YouTube. I hope you guys understand my thought. Alright, I want to call it a day here. Today's episode was a kind of my personal blog. If you guys have the same feeling of mine, please give it a like, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. ありがとうございました。チャンネル登録だけよろしくお願いします。またね。